few months ago, I created a video explaining how to implement JSON Web Token Authorization in ASP.NET Core 2.1 Web API, and I received one request to explain how to read claims stored inside JSON Web Token. So this video will explain it. If you want to see one video that I made before regarding the authorization with the JSON Web Token, you can click link in the description, or I will put annotation on video here. I will continue in that project, and because this is a really simple solution to read the data that is stored inside, I will not create a big video or anything. It will be direct how to read it and how to display it somewhere. Okay, so first of all, I need to clone my project that I put on GitHub so anyone can download it and see how, and load the working project if they have some issues by following the video. Okay. Loading solution. And Solution Explorer, we have controller, we have authorization, where we generate our token. Yes, and we have put some custom claims. Our custom claim, or with the value or custom value, we will add another one. ID, and it will be, for example, 110. And this will be stored in the JSON Web Token, so you can access it when the user pass his token to your API. In order to test these claims, how to get them, I will implement new method in values controller. I will call it, I will set the URL to be get my ID. I will return just a string. And because we set authorize attribute to a controller, to access any method inside the values controller endpoint, you will need to provide the token generated by this method. This is now not secure. This is just a demonstration how to generate token, and this is how to use it inside your controller. So in order to access the claims from authorized user, you can use claim principal or user. All data will be stored there, and to access claims you can say claims, and then you can loop through them and find the one that you want to use. For example, we want claim with the name ID to return it, but we will not do that now. We will just return some string. And we will test this. I will test it using Postman. Okay, I need to just start this project so I can test it. Let me start it. Okay. Because we don't have anything to show here. We didn't pass a token. It will say it's photo 1 unauthorized, and in order to get our ID from the claims we pass through the JW token, we can call get my ID endpoint and click send. We will again get photo 1 unauthorized. Now we need to just get a new token, the one that's valid and didn't expire. This is the endpoint that I created inside our project to get token. This is just for testing purposes. So if I execute this, it will return not found because it's a post type. Okay, this is our token, and we can use it now in our second call to get our ID that's a claim inside JSON Web Token. So we will, I think we use get or post, I'm not sure, just a second. Okay, it's post here and here, it's a get here. Okay, so we don't need to change anything, it will be get. And authorization, we will say we are sending token. This is old one, that's working. Okay, this should be your ID. So now we have access to our endpoint, and now we need to implement logic to return claims. So we can say user claims, we can say first or default, where type is the name. So when we set this is type, and its type is object. So we say type in order to compare it to the claim that we are searching for. We need to convert it to string, and then we can compare it. I always compare it with additional flag, string comparison. I just say ignore case and culture. Okay, my PC blocked. I don't know what's happening. Oh, Visual Studio died. Oh, it's a preview version of Visual Studio. Okay, we will do it again. Okay, I will open project with the older version of Visual Studio, so this one is crashy. Where is it? This one. This one is stable and it will not crash. The preview version is still not stable enough. You can see when I get to flag string comparison, it crashes. Okay. User claims first or default. So type to string, and then we compare it to ID. Invariant culture ignore case. That means it will ignore, doesn't matter if it's uppercase or lowercase, and it will ignore the system culture that's been used. So we can say it ID claim, we are searching for ID, then we can check if ID claim is different or not equal to null, because if it's not found in a list of okay, it actually works in this Visual Studio without converting it to string. It will check if the searched claim is not equal null, and then we will do our logic, because our application would crash if it's null, if it's not found. So we will just return OK, and we will use string interpolation to append a string. This is your ID, and we will set ID claim.value. That would be it. Otherwise, we can return something, or we can return bad request. Okay, this is not important. What's important is logic, how to do this. So that's it. This should work now. Okay, our app started. If I click here send, it will return this is your ID 110 that we set in our controller. This is fixed value. Lots of people ask me how to do this with database. It's really simple. You need to implement another scheme or another type of authorization where user will be authorized by username and password, and if the user is authorized that way, you can search the database for it and then get the data and append rules into the token that you are generating. So it's an easy process, but this is for just to demonstrate how it's working. For example, if we use database, we will do something like if we don't inject it with the dependency injection, we can say our db our context, and then we would search user is equal, for example, db.users first or default x. Oh, come on. x.username is equal something example.com, and we will use that data to create token in our system. I will remove this, and that's it. I hope it's clearer now how to read claims. So what we do, I will explain again. We requested this endpoint through Postman for API testing. Then we said, okay, the authorized user has claims. Give me the first one that you find where its type is ID. If it's different than null, then return the value of it. And the value is the second parameter that we added when we created claim during the JSON Web Token while generating JSON Web Token. So this is it. It's rebuilding in the background. So that's it. If you have any question, ask through comments. Be polite, please. If you like this video, you can subscribe or share it with your friends. I hope I will have time to create more videos about these specific parts of software development or technology, like ASP.NET Core 2.1. And see you next video. Bye bye.